Michael Bay, Transformers #5. Congratulations. For the audiences, I mean, obviously sometimes sequelitis kind of kicks in and like, how do we make it fresh again? So what were the concerns or what were the bars you needed to set for this?
Well, it's totally the it's totally the thing. It's how you make it different. What we did was I hired a writer's room about 2 years ago. Akiva Goldsmith, who at the Oscar for Beautiful Mind, hired 13 great writers, and they sat in a room for a month. They went to Transformer School for about a week. They then broke down the old movies. They broke down comic books. They broke down what had been done in animation. They created their own world after that, and they wrote a Bible of what our spin-offs could be. So it started when I heard the 14 stories when I got back after 13 hours. It was some amazing stuff, and it was stuff like it just reinvigorated the whole thing. It made it so much more about mythology, and it's exactly the kick in the ass that Transformers needed. And Steven Spielberg and I, we picked 2 of the stories and merged them together, and as he says, he feels it's the best script of the franchise. So it's one of the most fun I've had shooting them, this one, and it's got the largest palette of the franchise.
Wait, can we bring this young talent in here too? Can we bring this young talent in here too? No, so talk a little bit about what does Mark mean? Because when you said reinvigorating the franchise, you brought this young actor in. How does Mark step up the game?
Why did you say I was young?
What?
I said I was young.
He is young. He is young.
I'm old, baby.
How does Mark step up the game? Well, first of all, he's a great actor, and he's got charisma and humor and the everyday quality. I mean, he's a hero in the movie who you see a bunch of weaknesses in this movie of his character, which is quite funny. But I don't know. It's a combination of the cast. It's a nice eclectic cast.
And Michael has a penchant for kind of physically testing the limits of his actors. So how high were you dangled on a wire, and what was the wind machine that blew you over? Where was your test on this one?
The only thing that gets me uncomfortable is nausea. So once I'm spinning too much, they put me on this one spindle thing, and I was with wires and spinning, and he knew I was going to throw up. So he was.
It's a robotic arm.
But very, very nice and aware of the fact that I was getting sick, so got me off there as quick as possible.
But we did have a day where we had 35,000 gallons of water coming out of 3 gigantic dump tanks on a gimbal that goes up about 5 stories, and you said. You're like, Mike, how's it going to be? And I'm like, Mark, I really have no idea. I have no idea. You're tethered in. It's going to take you somewhere.
Yeah, that was Josh and I. We got sent for a little bit of a ride there. But it was good because it was hot in Detroit, so we got cooled off. Yeah.
And just real quick, both of you have obviously made a lot of action movies. How has special effects changed over the course of the time? I mean, I would presume right now you're at the most cutting edge there possibly could be with a movie like this.
Oh, yeah. But we shoot a lot of real stuff. And real makes real in the effects. I mean, doing a pure CG is never as good as doing a bunch of real with CG combined. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we're right there in it. There's the bombs and the explosions and everything else. People always ask, is it difficult when acting in a movie like this because nothing is there? And I'm like, oh no. It's all pretty much there. I mean, if Optimus is there or B is there, and we're kind of interacting with them, but everything else is going on around you. It's not like we're sitting on a green screen for 5 or 6 months. So, yeah, it's pretty.
Have you started #6?
No, I'm in the hole. I'm in the hole right now. Anyway, I've got to go. I got to go because we got to go.
Yeah, I got to go.